Putting Virginia first in Allegheny, Bland, and Franklin County. You're watching WFXR News Good Day Virginia in high definition.
Thanks for sticking with us this morning. A trusting workplace is a productive workplace, and you'll witness strong relationships and cohesion between departments. The bottom line, people are happy and they can work better together with trust. This morning in Virginia at Work, we're tackling this issue, or the lack thereof, in the workplace. Joining us this morning, Linda McFoster, the CEO of Cortex Leadership Consulting, and Adam Linkenauger, the owner of I Love Basketball. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It's an interesting topic. I'm sure a few people's ears perked up hearing this morning while they're getting ready. Adam, you have 1.5 million followers on Facebook. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about the trust factor, how that all works for you.
Well, when it comes to my company, I Love Basketball, there was two real keys that allowed us to grow so quickly. The first being congruency. And what I mean by that is the fact that when you hear I Love Basketball, when you see posts online from I Love Basketball, you have a pretty good idea of what we're posting, right? Basketball stuff. So congruency was obviously very key, and the second was consistency. Actually posting daily, not having those lapses of time that often happen when people are posting online.
Tell us a little bit about your business for folks who haven't been online yet, what it's all about.
Well, we're the world leaders in basketball training. What we do is we publish basketball training for young athletes all over the world so they can download it to their computer or their phone, their iPad, and be able to take their workouts with them to the gym. A lot of athletes don't have that ability to get elite or high-level training wherever they're located.
Very easy to find online as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about, there's a lot of trust when it comes to online, dealing with customers one-on-one. How about in the workplace? How does that work between trust and coworkers and your leadership?
Right. The thing that's the same is that the holy grail in the workplace is engagement, and so it is online. And if you're having a problem with engagement, it's probably because underneath of that is a lack of trust in some area. In the same way online, he's talking about being consistent. A leader, an organization needs to be consistent with their workplace, and they need to communicate what they can, when they can. Transparency is a result of a high trust workplace. When you don't have leaders communicating consistently what they know when they know it, the workplace has to guess and gossip starts.
And that's the worst. That can be the biggest issue, is when there's misinformation or just speculation, internal or external. Adam, can you tell us what really jeopardizes as far as dealing with the back and forth?
Well, absolutely. The first two are the exact same: congruency and consistency. If you lack congruency, meaning if our page, one of our social media pages is, of course, I Love Basketball. If we start posting about, what I had for lunch today, or what I'm passionate about outside of basketball, or politics, things that our community would not be interested in. That's number one. Number two is, again, consistency. If I go missing for a while, we don't post anything, people start wondering what's going on. And then thirdly, when it comes to social media, actually selling directly to your social media. That's typically a pretty big mistake, because when we go online, we go to Facebook, we're not going to buy something, right? That's that mind shift in comparison to like an Amazon or an eBay. We go to Facebook, we want to catch up with friends, we want to talk, we want to look at baby pictures, whatever it may be. But we're not going there to buy things, so we don't want to sell directly on our pages.
Linda, I guess what's the most important takeaway when it comes to bosses and their employees, team members, when it comes to this trust?
I think the number one thing I want bosses to take away, leaders, is that in our surveys of thousands of team members, the number one element for them is time, as far as the boss being on time. So if the leader has made a meeting time with their employees, be on time and be present. So don't look at your phone or your laptop the entire time. And also, sincerity is incredibly important. So if you tell your employees that you care about them and that family matters to them, then when they have a family emergency, it's important for you to demonstrate that they can have time off or do what they need to do to take care of that, so they can be fully present when they come to work.
Absolutely. In this digital world, it's so easy to lose emails or let them get buried, or Facebook posts, but it's important to be on top of it. Well, we appreciate you both coming in. This topic explored much more in depth with Adam and Linda on a 3-part podcast called Cortex. The link's available on virginiafirst.com, right on our homepage. Also on YouTube, search for Cortex Leadership, and you'll find them there.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Trust is important.
Very.
Gotta trust who you're working with. Stick with us. We'll be right back with a check of weather in 2 minutes.